Hi. For our media project, we have chosen to focus on the cult of the national hero and its role in the nation's imagination today. In the 18th and 19th centuries, the canonisation of various individuals on a national level was vital to the process of nation building and nationalistic thought, as cultural identities marked by historicism were deliberately constructed by ruling elites due to new pressures on state legitimation. Seminal works on this process include Eric Hobsbawm's The Invention of Tradition, 1983, and Pierre Nora's series on Le Lieu de Mémoire of France, 1984-92. Not only contributing to the creation of these imagined communities on which the modern nation rests, according to Benedict Anderson, the celebration of national heroes has often included an embodied community element too, traceable from the medieval feast day through to the 19th century centenary fever, to borrow York Learson's term, to a modern-day manifestation in the banalisation of national culture and identity markers. We believe this contemporary shift towards the banal, as outlined by Billig in his influential 1995 work, is made explicit by the results of our survey. In the streets of Amsterdam, we asked 60 individuals, 30 of Dutch nationality and 30 of extremely mixed international origins, to name for us a person they considered to be the most prominent Dutch icon. We chose to phrase our question like this in order to avoid any sense of personal weight or identification that rests behind the word hero. An icon is defined as a person or thing regarded as a representative symbol or as worthy of veneration, thus in keeping with the aims of this project. We chose to organise the responses received into categories similar to those used by Thomas Carlyle in his work on heroes, so as to better analyse them. The variety of responses we received was rather surprisingly huge and could therefore be deemed to be unrepresentative given the relatively small size of the survey. However, there is a clear trend towards this banalisation of cultural icons and figures visible, to the extent to which some people couldn't answer our question, claiming to not be able to name anyone. We also received some decidedly un-Dutch responses, for example the American rock band Van Halen, who are in no way Dutch despite the Von in their name, or John Paul II, who is actually of Polish origin. This new form of banal nationalism overtaking a commemorative trend more rooted in high culture can be seen clearly in a number of our Dutch nationals' responses, with actors, singers and other mediatised personalities, especially footballers such as Van Persie, Robin and manager Louis van Gaal, coming up more frequently than in the answers of the international group. There was, however, a definite trend towards naming DJs and producers of modern electronic music among the internationals, signalling this category as part of the modern-day hetero image of the Netherlands. In terms of visible personalities making up a lot of the answers we got, it proved interesting to consider the politicians category we chose as a modern-day banalisation similar to Carlyle's hero as prophet, especially if you consider Billig's analysis of political language in his chapter Flagging the Homeland Daily. The most common responses from each group will now be analysed further. Van Gogh for the internationals and Queen Maxima for the Dutch responses.
Vincent van Gogh was born in the Netherlands in 1853, but spent his early adulthood working for art dealers, work involving travelling between The Hague, London and Paris. He then taught in England, and in 1879, at the age of 26, moved to Belgium, where his career as an artist began. In 1886, at the age of 33, he relocated to Paris. His death followed just over 3 years later. Van Gogh established himself as an artist, therefore, almost entirely outside of the Netherlands. Most of the fame Van Gogh enjoyed came posthumously, and as a result of his work in France, among other post-impressionist artists of the time. Placing these findings in a context of response to previous seminars, it is demonstrated that despite the factual details of his life, both foreign and Dutch people, in fact, regard Van Gogh as a symbol of the Netherlands. 2015 sees the celebration of 125 years of Van Gogh's work. This commemoration is advertised as European, celebrating Van Gogh as a product of the Netherlands, England, Belgium, and France. The idea that Van Gogh is identified as a Dutch hero or icon by the common person demonstrates that there is also a national claim to his life and his work.
In relation to our Dutch responses, members of the royal family were frequently cited. While many people identified Queen Beatrix as a Dutch national icon, it was Queen Maxima who was the most popular, and quite notably, she does not come from the Netherlands. Queen Maxima married Prince William Alexander in 2002, and following the abdication of Queen Beatrix in 2013, Maxima became the first queen consort since 1890 and the first of this kind to have been born outside of Europe and a commoner. We shall now investigate why this Argentinian-born queen, and indeed why the royal family as a whole, were so frequently cited as Dutch national icons. In contemporary society, the monarchy is often considered to be an outdated and elitist regime. Frequently their actions, and even their mere presence in society, is mirrored with controversy. For example, it was estimated that the Dutch royal family cost the taxpayer on average €44 million a year, while their business ventures and investments often attract a lot of negative attention. Most recently, the marriage of Prince William to Maxima was the subject of heated debate, arising from the fact that her father was a cabinet minister during the reign of a violent and torturous dictator in Argentina. However, despite such issues, 73% of the Dutch population believed that the Netherlands should remain a monarchy. Perhaps the reason for their popularity lies in the fact that they are a physical manifestation of Dutch national identity and work to represent, at least for some, the traditions and customs of the nation. The Netherlands became a monarchy in 1815 and was later redefined as a constitutional monarchy in 1890, which it has remained ever since. The royal family enjoyed a surge of popularity under the reign of Princess Wilhelmina, who during World War II made impassioned radio broadcasts to the Dutch nation and troops from her evacuation post in London. This popularity continued under Queen Julia, Anna and Queen Beatrix, and indeed Maxima is said to have won the favour of the nation during a live television broadcast in which she spoke fluent Dutch. Moreover, the presence of the monarchy has been firmly ingrained into daily life, particularly in the political sphere. For example, until 2012, they played a role in the formation of coalitions after general elections. They meet with the Prime Minister on a weekly basis. They sign bills into law. And the monarchy deals with the States General in three main areas: lawmaking, policy outlining at the beginning of the parliamentary year, and dissolution. The monarch is the head of state of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and in this way they are the face of the kingdom on a global stage. Moreover, it is the king and queen's face on stamps as well as the Dutch euro coin. Furthermore, the royal family bring about cause for national celebration and national holidays, most notably Queen's Days, as well as royal marriages, births and coronations. Joop Leersen points to the impact of public events in consolidating the importance of nationality as key to identity. Overall, such occasions work to bring the nation together in what Benedict Anderson would define as an imagined community.
Finally, the colour of the house orange is the colour of the Dutch national football team. In this way, it could be said that the monarchy is firmly embedded within Dutch national landscape, and their ubiquitous presence in society is a prime example of Belgisch banal nationalism.
Yeah.
In 1879, at the age of 26, moved to... In 1870...
Hi. For our media project, we have chosen to focus on the cult of the national